Good afternoon, sir.
Very good afternoon. Okay. If you take our surroundings, there are many things in our surroundings or in the habitat where we live. For example, if you take a forest, you can find many things like trees, many creepers, climbers, and small and big animals, birds, snakes, insects, and rock, soil, water, air, dry leaves, dead animals, mushrooms, mosses, many things you can see, right? Out of all these things, if you are asked to differentiate them into two groups, what are the two groups that you can make? What are the two groups that you can make? The two groups that we can make out of all the things in the surroundings are living things and non-living things, right? And how can we just distinguish or separate between living and non-living things? There are many characteristics which are found in common for all of the living things, which include plants and animals and other creatures, etc. What are those characteristics? What are the characteristics that are common for all plants and animals? Let us see. Is it visible? Is it visible?
Sir,
Yes.
please turn the camera upwards.
Wait. I'm just checking it.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I need to little bit tilt it up. All right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
It is seen now clearly.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Right. Yes. Okay. Common characteristics all.
Sir, board is not visible. It is
Yes, it has
blurred.
gone blurred. I
Yes,
could
sir.
sense it.
No, okay, sir.
All right. Again, it has gone blurred. Don't worry. I will just make it clear.
Sir, board went blur. Now, okay, sir.
1 minute. Right. Common characteristics of all living things. When you are waiting, it seems. Let us see. Who are they? Oh. Why less participants are there? Are they attending any other class? Any other is taking class? All living things, they need food. They show the growth. All living things carry out respiration. All living things, they respond to stimuli. All living things, they carry out excretion. All living things, they reproduce their own kind, and all living things, either they show little or more movement. These are different characteristics of all living things, right? All living things, they need food, they show growth, they carry out respiration, right? All living things need food. All living things need food. All living things show growth. All living things show growth. All living things carry out respiration. All living things carry out respiration. All living things, they respond to stimuli. They respond to stimuli. And they carry out excretion. Carry out excretion. And they reproduce the young ones. Next, move, right? Clear to? Yes. So the common characteristics of all living things are: all living things need food, all living things show growth, all living things carry out respiration, all living things respond to stimuli, they carry out excretion, and they reproduce the young ones, and they move. Living things need food. Let us discuss this point. Any living thing, for example, take ourselves only. We need energy to grow and to carry out various activities. From where do we get energy? Food gives us energy for our growth as well as for many of our activities. If you take plants, they make the food on their own by photosynthesis, right? And if you take animals, we know the animals, they are of three different types. Some eat only plants and their plant products. Some eat both plant products as well as flesh of other animals, and some other eat only flesh of other animals. Herbivorous, omnivorous, and carnivorous animals are there. So in this way, plants prepare the food on their own, and animals get the food by depending on the plants either directly or indirectly. So, living things need food for the growth and the energy. And how do the living things get the food? Plants prepare the food on their own by photosynthesis process. And animals, they get the food by depending on other animals and plants. Right? Next, living things show growth. What does it mean by living things show growth? So, young one, as a young one, when you are born, you are small in size. but now you became little big. Means young ones become larger, from small size to large size. That is what called growth, right? The growth, it is different in different animals based on their type. Plants, they show the growth. Animals also, they show the growth, right? And in plants, the growth is exhibited or shown by their type differently. If you take herbs, they grow very less, they grow very small in size. Shrubs, though they grow small in size, they at least get a bushy appearance. Trees, they grow much bigger, right? So based on this, what we can understand, growth of different plants is different based on their type. And we have learned what are different types of plants: herbs, shrubs, trees. And again, we have learned one more thing: creepers and climbers, separate type of classification. Means plants are classified based on the strength of their stem, right? In that, so based on the type, the growth will be different. If you take animals, four-legged animals are there, two-legged animals are there, birds are there, aquatic animals are there, right? Blue whale, it grows about 100 feet in length, more than 100 feet in length, right? And it can weigh around 2,500 times more than an average human being weight. Okay, it can weigh around how many times more than an average human weight? Around 2,500 times more than an average human. Whereas if you take a human, an average human may weigh around somewhere 60-70 kgs, right? So
Yes.
that's, so growth is different in different, but whatever it may be, all living things, they exhibit or they show growth. Next, third point, living things carry out respiration. We have learned that we get energy from the food. But how do we get energy from the food? We get energy from the food through respiration process. Respiration and breathing, they are not same. Breathing means taking air inside and releasing air outside. We take oxygen rich air inside and we release CO2 rich air outside. That process is called breathing. And why we take oxygen rich air? Because that oxygen, it is used inside the cells, inside each and every cell of our body, to carry out a special process called respiration, in which, like how when we burn the wood, firewood, we get heat and energy. In the same way, the food inside the cell, it is oxidized or burnt to release the energy in the form of heat. That process only is known as respiration. In that process, oxygen is used, right? And so in the process of respiration, oxygen is used and carbon dioxide is released. So in order to use the oxygen, we take the oxygen rich air, and CO2 that is formed by the burning of food, that has to be released. So exchange of gases, oxygen is taken in and CO2 is sent out. This is a part of respiration, right? And how air moves inside our body? By which process air moves inside our body? No, I asked the process. What is the process by which air moves inside our body? The process by which air moves from huh?
Respiration.
What?
Respiration.
No, it is called inhalation.
Respiration.
Respiration,
Inhales,
I said
breathing.
respiration is different from breathing.
Yes.
Okay, by breathing process, we take air inside and we release air outside. But in breathing,
Yes, sir.
in breathing, two activities are taking place. They are inhalation and exhalation. Shall I rub these points?
Yes, sir.
Still anybody is writing these points?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir,
I
we
will
are
rub them.
finished, sir.
Okay, so that I can write what is inhalation and what is exhalation. Right?
Yes. Janam.
We may
Excuse me, sir.
competition.
Sir, anyone is singing in the class?
Sir, plants cannot move, sir. Then you wrote seventh point, all living beings move and think.
Good observation. I'll explain there only. I'll explain there only.
Sir,
Okay, wait.
sir, they can move in underground, sir, their roots. Yes.
Only song, don't sing.
So, taking in oxygen-rich air into the body is called inhalation. Releasing carbon dioxide-rich air from the body to outside is known as exhalation. So, these are the two processes that are okay. One inhalation and one exhalation. What is one breath? And breathe is called one inhalation plus one exhalation. One inhalation and one exhalation together will make breathing. Someone was asking about plant movement. We will discuss at that point only, not now. Right? Just wait. Okay. So breathing, it helps in exchange of gases in humans. So breathing is part of respiration. Right? So in respiration process, what is done? Oxygen is used and carbon dioxide is released. So we breathe in oxygen rich air and we breathe out, that is exhale, carbon dioxide rich air. The process of breathing, it is similar in the animals like cows, buffaloes, dogs, rats, okay, and humans. Whereas some animals like fishes and earthworm, insects.
Sir, I'm joining.
Huh?
Sir.
Come again? Excuse me, something is spoken by some student.
I have net issue, so I am joining from other device. Please admit me, sir.
Yes, sir, no problem. Sohan Samrata?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right, you admitted. Right. So, the breathing process is similar in the animals like cows, buffaloes, dogs, rats, humans. Why it will be similar? Because all of these animals are terrestrial animals, are land living animals. And the breathing process, like fishes, earthworms, some insects, okay, the squids, octopus in such animals, it is similar. Why? Because they are all aquatic animals. They are all aquatic animals. If you take earthworm, they breathe through their skin, but which oxygen that they take in? They take in dissolved oxygen. Earthworms take dissolved oxygen through their skin. And fishes, they also take dissolved oxygen but through their gills. Right? Okay. So here these 2 points you need to write. Earthworm breathe the dissolved oxygen through its skin, whereas fishes, they breathe in dissolved oxygen through the gills.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Ask.
Sir,
Sir, we will put the
breathe with skin.
I will tell you.
sir, we will put a fish into a glass box, sir. And putting water and in fish, sir. After some days, the oxygen will finish. Then the fish will die, sir.
Wait. ask. Something is asked
Sir,
by. Huh.
sir, we will take a glass box and we put water and a fish, sir.
Huh.
And
Huh?
close up the box, sir.
You have closed it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Close it means you have made it airtight.
Yes, sir. Full tight.
Fully airtight. No air can penetrate into it.
Yes, sir.
Ah.
Then how many? Sir, some days after the oxygen will finish, then the fish will die, sir.
100% it will die. You are killing it by suffocating. Why you want to be so cruel to the fish? Huh? Why you want? If you want to eat the fish, eat it. Don't kill it unnecessarily.
Sir, I not did it, sir. I only asked it, sir.
Okay. If you are telling, I am making you airtight and I am asking you to be, alive. How is it possible? As long as the oxygen is available, we will be alive. Same thing applies to fish also, na? You are making it to airtight. Huh? When you are making that glass box airtight, atmospheric oxygen cannot be entering into the water. Whatever the amount of dissolved oxygen that is there in the water, it will be utilized by the fish for some time. Afterwards, no oxygen is available. Then it will die. Got it?
Sir, I also have one doubt, sir.
Yes, ask the doubts.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Ask.
Sir, you have told me that fish can live in a closed container. So, if the lakes and rivers are filled with ice, then how the fish get its oxygen?
Your voice is completely, unclear.
Sir, he is asking.
Now it is coming.
No.
Sir, wait, sir.
He is asking that lakes and ponds covered with ice, then how can fishes live?
It will not cover. No, that's why.
Lakes and ponds are covered with ice, but how the fishes are able to survive? Which
Yes,
lake?
sir.
Okay.
Because in the lake there will be plants there, no, sir.
But it is not airtight, na? But it is not airtight. See, lake and pond, it will be having.
Do hole in that lake, sir.
Listen.
Holes are there, sir.
Listen, students. Lakes and ponds will be having their own soil surface in the bottom, right? So that soil, you can ask a question, sir, how roots of plants can survive? Okay, the soil will be having a minute or very tiny pores from the top to down to the underground, right? So the air can go through that minute pores and it is made available to the roots. In the same way, even the ponds that are covered by ice, not everywhere ponds are going to be covered by ice. Only in special places like Himalayas and polar regions, the ice may be covering,
Antarctica, sir.
right? Not in all the places. But from some side, through the soil, okay, through the cracks of the ice, air can penetrate. It will not be completely made airtight. Nature will made some or other place, some cracks will be there in the ice. Are you getting it? Okay? Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you,
Right.
sir, for telling me, sir.
Next, exchange of gases in plants, it takes place through stomata in their leaves. What is stomata? Stomata are the tiny pores in the leaves, right?
Yes, sir.
Leaves, they take in oxygen and release out carbon dioxide through these stomata, right? And for respiration, they take in oxygen and release out carbon dioxide. But for photosynthesis, what do stomata do?
Carbon dioxide and release oxygen, sir.
Good, very good.
Yes, sir.
So, same stomata, it takes in oxygen and release out carbon dioxide during respiration. Whereas, during photosynthesis, the stomata, it takes in carbon dioxide and releases out oxygen. Nice. And plants, during which time they produce food by photosynthesis? During daytime or night time?
Night, sir.
Right. Plants
Night
produce
time.
food by photosynthesis only during daytime. So they
Yes, sir. Why means sunlight?
yes, because photosynthesis requires sunlight also. So they carry out photosynthesis only during the daytime. So stomata take in carbon dioxide only during daytime, right?
Yes, sir.
Because of this thing, respiration will be the major event during the night time, and photosynthesis is the major event during the daytime. So stomata take in carbon dioxide during the daytime and they take in oxygen during the night time. Okay, right? And respiration, it occurs even in the daytime also, but very less. During the daytime, photosynthesis is the major event in the plants, and respiration is not the major event during the daytime. So during the daytime, which intake is maximum and which release is maximum? During daytime, carbon dioxide intake is maximum and oxygen release is also maximum. And during night time, which intake is maximum and which release is maximum? Oxygen intake is maximum during night time and carbon dioxide release is maximum in night time. Okay, right. So the amount of oxygen that is released in photosynthesis by plants is very higher than the amount of oxygen that they utilize for their respiration. Remember this thing. The amount of listen first, the amount of oxygen released by the photosynthesis is more than the amount of oxygen that is utilized by the plants for their respiration. So plant release more oxygen than their consumption. They release more oxygen, but they use less oxygen. Okay, now ask me.
Some plants, night time also they will produce oxygen, sir.
Plants?
Some plants, night also produce oxygen, sir.
Some plants night time also they produce oxygen. If light is there, they can carry out photosynthesis. But majority of the plants, they do not carry out photosynthesis during the night time, because in the light also they need some specific type of light only for carrying out photosynthesis. That is available only from sunlight. During night time you cannot get the sunlight to the plants. Okay, right. Next, the fourth point, living things, they respond to stimuli. What is stimuli? Stimuli is the plural word for stimulus. Okay, stimuli is the plural word for stimulus. Stimulus is singular, stimuli are plural. What is stimulus? Stimulus is change in the surroundings of living things that cause the living thing to produce a response. That cause the living thing to produce a response. Okay, like when you watch a snake, what do? You go and hug it? Huh?
No, sir. No, sir.
What will you
No,
do?
sir.
Huh?
Run away, sir.
Run away. Okay, you will run away. So you are not daring. So you will run away.
Or beat it
I
with
want this snake, sir. Then it will not then I will just walk, sir.
Okay. When you step on a hot object, what will you do? When you step on a hot object, when you just step on a hot object, or when you place your hand unknowingly on a hot object, what will you do? You immediately take that hand or leg back. So, suddenly watching a snake in front of you or touching to a hot object, all these things are stimuli. And
Yes, sir.
based on the stimulus, you are showing some response, right? Wild animals, they run away when bright light is focused on them. Wild animals, you go into a forest and focus bright light on them, immediately they will run away. Before that, there was no bright light, but after that, they got bright light. So they feel the change and they run away. That is their response. If you see the cockroaches, when the lights are off, okay, they start or they begin to move here and there. Once you just switch on the light, they will all hide again in some, burrows or some narrow places, right? So that is the stimulus and the response. And
Sir, I have doubts.
please let me complete. Please let me complete. Okay. And if you take some flowers like jasmine, some lotus, they will blossom only during the night time. Some flowers, they close after sunset. Some of the flowers, they close after sunset. Some will open only in the night, right? And there is one plant which is called touch-me-not plant. You might have seen it. When you touch the leaves, it will close its leaves. It will close its leaves. It is called touch-me-not plant, right? And most of the plants, the growth takes place only in the direction of sunlight. Only in the direction of sunlight. So sunlight, it is a stimulus for the growth to take place in that direction. Now ask the doubt.
Sir, what is
when,
like?
sir, when a man is going to cut a tree, why the tree is not showing stimulus, sir?
Because the extent of responses exhibited by different living things, it depends on their structure and it depends on the functional development of that living thing. Plants do not have the specific neural system like animals are having, like humans are having. Okay, so they cannot show response. But the thing is, when you are cutting a particular tree, definitely some sort of negative secretions are released by the plants. There was a scientist known as Jagadish Chandra Bose, Indian scientist. He has invented one instrument known as crescograph. What it is? Crescograph. Based on, by using that crescograph, Jagadish Chandra Bose could record even various positive and negative responses of the plants. Means he has just put that instrument on by attaching to some plants, and he has played some music up to several days. Those plants could grow very well, okay, and all positive sort of vibrations were recorded by that instrument. And the same plants, after some days, in front of them, he made some disturbing sound in front of the plants. These plants, after listening to this disturbing sound, they could not grow well. And they have shown some negative vibrations also, right? Whereas animals, they will exhibit it very fast.
Sir, is that instrument now also?
Yes, it is there, but generally we don't use it. Only he has just shown that plants also exhibit their responses to show that he has invented that instrument. Okay, I need to attend some other thing. Already time is up. Already time is up. Already time is up. We will discuss.